we're like, holy we live in that thing. Like, how cool is that at this point in our life, that is our home.
What is up, you guys? It is Lauren and Sam. We are the trailer couple dedicated to that simple life, and it is another wonderful day to share coffee with you in our burrito. Cheers.
Cheers.
Today we're going to be discussing why you don't have to be a digital nomad or retired to live the full-time RV lifestyle. It's currently 37 degrees out, so we decided to do this over a warm cup of coffee. We think it's important to recognize that there are some people out there doing the full-time RV lifestyle who are relatively stationary.
Both Sam and I work full-time jobs in clinics, and we're stationary, right? So we don't, I think, people often assume that we don't need to be living in a trailer, so why the heck do we live in a trailer?
We get it. As a dentist and a physical therapist, we are well aware that we don't fit the mold of your typical full-time RVer. We'll get into how and why we make it work in a second, but first, it's story time. This whole crazy idea started back in 2019 after our engagement. This was when the societal rubric for the next phase of our life started looking pretty complicated. We finally finished up years of school, had our first real incomes, and we're now almost expected to use these in a predetermined way. We felt as if the current of what our next 20 years were about to look like was taking us towards a pretty big mortgage, more debt, and for some reason, both of us just kept fighting it. But real estate's a great investment, we know. Interest rates are all-time low, we get it. Meh, yeah. This works for a lot of people, but for us, it felt in many ways just too restrictive.
Now, we have all heard of people retiring, buying an RV, and setting out on their journey of a lifetime to see the United States. Despite the challenges that a mobile lifestyle presents, there's something freeing about not being tied to possessions, and many people start seeing this more as they get older. This is where we stumbled across what are called digital nomads. Digital nomads are people who conduct their life in a nomadic manner while engaging in remote work. This is a whole sector of jobs being redefined by technological advances. With the ability to work from home, there's been a huge migration of people moving into RVs, trailers, vans, and heck, school buses full time. This migration was fueled even more by the COVID-19 pandemic, where at times it became very difficult for us to even find a place to stay due to this influx of nomads.
When the pandemic hit in March of 2020, a lot of people had to adjust their life to working remotely. So after embracing the work from home lifestyle, a lot of companies have adopted more of a hybrid scheme to get people back into the office, where they'd be working part-time from home. They would come in a few days a week. Some people just stayed at home altogether. And many companies actually have gone completely remote because they've realized that productivity remains about the same,
if not better. Some of the articles I was looking into was showing that productivity levels have actually increased for some companies with their employees staying at home, which is kind of cool.
You're more productive in your PJs. So I know some of you are social butterflies who hate working from home, but there's a lot of people who really like it.
So some other research I did, one survey found that 21% of people were willing to give up vacation days so that they could continue to work from home, which is crazy to me.
Even without COVID, I think companies are realizing the importance of keeping people at home and the benefit of not having to pay for office space.
Yeah, and better production, and people just being overall happier with being able to stay at home, at least part-time.
So I know there's a lot of numbers and it's coming at you pretty quick, but I promise you why we moved into a trailer is coming. Lauren just loves numbers.
I just think they're so interesting.
And trends. It's so trendy.
It's so trendy.
Now, living on the road is not a novel idea. Plenty of people have lived out of Volkswagen vans that they also brought to Woodstock. However, the lifestyle of the digital nomad is relatively new, and in our humble opinion will only become more widely accepted as technological advances continue. Honestly, it's only a matter of time until SpaceX gets their satellite internet working, and it will be possible to have connectivity from literally anywhere across the globe, like tundra of Alaska anywhere.
So now that we are informed on this migration and why it's obtainable for people who work online, how does this apply to people who don't? Well, Sam is a dentist for the military. I work in a physical therapy clinic 3 days a week and do online physical therapy content 2 days a week. So we don't exactly fit the digital nomad model. We are much more stationary, typically living in a new place every 2 to 3 years, depending on where Sam's military orders take us. We currently live on our half acre of land, have a mailbox, and commute to work, just like many of you. So if we aren't out adventuring every weekend, why do it?
So we didn't adopt this lifestyle so that we could wake up in an exotic new campground every week or so. Yes, we love doing that on occasion, but that wasn't really the primary reason why we made the decision to live full-time in a Airstream.
We adopted this lifestyle, and I think Sam and I would both confidently say this, because it really simplifies living. It has challenged us in the best way possible in our first few years of marriage. I think we've both grown immensely as individuals, and we've also had the opportunity to stay in some really freaking cool campgrounds in California. We've been to the Redwoods. We spent time in Nashville. We have gone to the
Midwest.
Smokies. We went all through the Midwest, the Grand Tetons. We've been very, very blessed to be able to still kind of live this stationary lifestyle while also being able to take our home with us on the weekends when we want to explore.
And I don't know when maybe our friends are talking to us about their big mortgages or all their other things in their life that we just don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
But it really just hits us and we look at each other and we say, wow, this is it.
Yeah. Some of my favorite moments are when Sam and I are getting back from a run, or maybe we're working out in the yard or getting back from dinner, whatever it may be. And we both kind of look at each other and we look at the trailer and we're like, holy, we live in that thing. Like, how cool is that at this point in our life, that is our home.
You don't need a lot of things in order to live comfortably. It just eliminates a lot of stress, worry, and the sense that you always need and crave more in your life. And living in the RV has helped us immensely recognizing the important things in life and also recognizing that quality time and the individuals that you spend it with is much more important than having the house of your dreams or having the car of your dreams. This lifestyle has provided much less stress, much less worry, despite its fluidity than what a lot of people face on a daily basis. But we know this lifestyle isn't for everybody, but we do think it's really important to note that you don't have to be a digital nomad. You don't have to be retired. You don't have to have a contract job that allows you to travel a lot in order to do this lifestyle.
Yeah, and if you aren't a digital nomad or, retired or whatnot, fully embrace this lifestyle if it's the right decision for you, because it does cause you to really take a step back and appreciate the simple things in life, which everyone should have the opportunity to do. Thank you for listening to our what felt like a TED Talk. I'm done with my coffee. Sam probably has a little bit left. Yeah, he tends to like to sip on his while I tend to like to chug. If you all have comments, please drop them below. If you are someone who's a little more stationary and living this lifestyle, let us know. Introduce yourself, tell us what you do. Same thing if you are a digital nomad or retired and are on the road, let us know where you're at, say hi, tell us kind of your story of why you are living this lifestyle.
Or if you're looking into this lifestyle, let us know what you think. If you have questions, concerns, comments, we will always do our very best to give our most honest advice based upon our experiences.
Yeah, so I feel like I need to go brush my teeth because I have coffee breath.
She's married to a dentist.
I'm married to a dentist. But until next time, guys, happy trails.
Happy trails.
She was shaking, moving round. That's a great song. Who sings that?
I have no idea.
But that's so
I've
good.
never heard that song.
No, you were lying.
I've never heard that song.
She was shaking. What?
Taylor Swift.
No, it's an 80s
Beyonce.
song. Are you being serious? You've never heard that?
80s?
Yes.
It's a Whitesnake?
Snapping her fingers. What's Whitesnake?
It's a rock band. You guys know Whitesnake.
She was moving.
I have never heard that song before, and I don't know what she's doing,
It's
but
just
if
shocking.
anybody knows the name of that song or who sings it, please comment below for my own personal knowledge.
I do have to add this in. This is shocking that Sam doesn't know the song, because Sam knows every single song on the face of this planet and who sings it and what year it came out, mostly. So this is shocking that he does not know this.
Maybe you're just not singing it well.
No, I have an amazing voice.
You do.
Some call me the mix between Adele and Mariah Carey.
No one said with that.
No.
I want to do a free ad here for Blue Ox Towing because I am wearing your hat and they make great hitches.
Yes.
And this is a great hat.
Yes.
So
You do love that hat. You wear
I
it
do
a
like
lot.
this hat.
It's nice though. It looks good on you.
When you wake up on a Sunday morning and you have like bed head,
Put on the Blue Ox.
put on a Blue Ox hat.
Because you go from a 6 to a 10 easily.
I'm not a 10.
Now you are.
Thank you. Thanks, Blue Ox.